Well, greetings. Wayne Bryan here from Music Theater Wichita. Time for another Flashback Friday. The former Music Theater Wichita production that we're going to examine today is our 2006 production of The Wizard of Oz. And this is on our mind for a couple of reasons. For one, The Wizard of Oz is scheduled to be a highlight of our upcoming season. And we have cast some wonderful young munchkins, and we have leading actors ready to go. But unfortunately, everything is on hold. So we don't exactly know when The Wizard of Oz is going to happen for us. It will happen, and we'll have some news fairly soon, I think, about what we're doing with our season. But today, we can go ahead and look back at the most recent production of it that we did. The other reason it's on our minds today is this Sunday is the 19th annual Jester Awards. And the leading lady of our 2006 Wizard of Oz was 16-year-old Desi Oakley, herself a Jester Award winner for playing Cinderella at Mays High School. Desi began with us when she was an 8-year-old. She showed up and did a wonderful audition, and we cast her in that season's production of The Most Happy Fella. Here she is with her first speaking part on the Music Theater Wichita stage.
Ooh, look, it's the bride. Ain't you the bride lady? Hello. Gee, you're beautiful, ain't she, Gussie? She doesn't smile much lately. Well, goodbye now. Goodbye now.
Desi did so well with that when it came time to do The Sound of Music a couple years later, she was cast as the most talkative of the Von Trapps, Brigitte. Here she is at age 11.
I'm Brigitte. She's Louisa. She's 13 years old, and you're smart. I'm 9, and I think your dress is the ugliest one I ever saw.
Brigitte, you mustn't say a thing like that.
Why not? Don't you think it's ugly?
If I did think so, I wouldn't say so.
Desi continued to work with us in a lot of different venues, performing at Festival of Broadway and doing different things around town. And we were quite convinced that she was the perfect person to play Dorothy Gale in The Wizard of Oz. So here she is doing her Over the Rainbow in 2006.
You dare to dream really do come true.
The next year, 2007, was a big one for Music Theater Wichita. High School Musical was an enormous phenomenon on television and was taking shape as a global phenomenon with the original leads of the film going on concert tour and with the film and its stars being feted all over the world. Well, we heard there was going to be a stage version of High School Musical, and I wrote the Disney company and said, you know, if you let us do it as part of our professional season, we promise to use teenagers from all over Kansas. And they gave us the permission to be one of the first to do it on stage. So we cast, I think, 77 teenagers from all across Kansas, including some homeschooled kids, and I think 31 different schools were represented. And Desi Oakley was far and away our first choice to play Gabriella, and the Disney people came to see it, and they were just quite struck by how mature and how fresh a performance Desi gave as Gabriella. Here she is as a 17-year-old.
I thought you were my fairy tale, my dream when I'm not sleeping, a wish upon a star that's coming true. But everybody else could tell that I confuse my feelings with the truth.
The next year was another exciting one for Music Theater Wichita. In 2008, we became one of the first theaters in the country to get to do our own production of Les Miserables. And there was no question but what Desi should play Eponine.
I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life, I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. The world is full of happiness that I have never known.
Desi went and got her music theater degree at the University of Michigan. She underwent 1 year where she had to be on vocal rest. And after coming out of that, we hired her to play the Little Mermaid, Ariel. Again, we were one of the first theaters in the country to get to do it. And once again, the Disney people came and were really taken with how Desi performed this iconic role.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see him dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
After her appearance in The Little Mermaid, Desi went on to her Broadway career, which at this point has included Annie and Chicago. She just played Roxy Hart this year. She toured the country in the leading role in Waitress and recently went to London and made her West End debut playing the role. But in light of the fact that she played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, I think it's also fun to note that on Broadway, she has played Elphaba in Wicked. She's one of the few performers I know who has played both Dorothy and the Wicked Witch of the West. Here are some clips from our production of Wizard of Oz, and we hope this will be enough to hold us over until we get to do the show in person again. And be sure to watch the Jester Awards on Sunday, 4 p.m. Go to our Facebook page or our website to get the link to watch the Jesters with us at 4 p.m. Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.
I'd be brave as a blizzard.
I'd be gentle as a lizard.
I'd be clever as a gizzard.
If the wizard is a wizard, who will serve?
Then I'm sure to get a brain,
A heart.
A home.
the knife.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz. We get up at